It's like, how come you get like the really interesting like existential question and I get the like rabbit food question?
We all enjoy reading up on our favorite celebs, and we definitely love it when they are truly honest. Who doesn't want to see the true colors of these mysterious stars? They have to talk to so many people that it occasionally gets exhausting, and sometimes they just can't handle terrible interview questions and they have to stand up for themselves.
Wow, how disappointing was that question?
Diplomatically, of course, but let's be honest, the best moments are when they straight up shut them down.
I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question.
Sometimes interviewers are just trying to stir up drama with their questions because it makes for an interesting story.
Or are you wearing underwear? No, tell us. Tell us.
How do you answer that question?
Other times, they're just plain oblivious to how offensive they could be. We want to congratulate all of the stars on this list for handling these uncomfortable situations like pros. Let's dive in. Ariana Grande is known for her voice, obviously, but we also know how great she is at being truly honest and self-deprecatingly funny. In 2015, she checked these radio hosts on their outrageous interview questions. In fact, Ariana's swift rebuttals to sexist stereotypes is a technique we'd gladly borrow for use in our own lives, so thank you for this example, Ari. First off, she was asked to pick between makeup and her phone, to which she scolded,
"Makeup or your phone?"
Is this what you think girls have trouble choosing between?
Yeah.
Apparently, that's exactly what they thought. Ugh. Thankfully, Ariana closed that moment up with,
You need a little brushing up on equality over here.
At the end, when asked what she wanted to change in the world, she said she wanted to get rid of double standards, misogyny, racism, sexism. We have work to do, and we'll start with you. Boom! Shut down. Ari isn't the only major artist who totally handled a bad interview question like that, though. Rihanna is known for telling it like it is in her interviews, and honestly, we are here for it. In 2012, there were a few rumors circling around that there may be a romantic relationship blossoming between Ashton Kutcher and Riri. It had mostly been tabloid chatter, nothing serious, but written about enough to be annoying to both parties if it wasn't true.
I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there.
In a press conference in London to promote the film Battleship, one interviewer asked about such rumors. The question ended with, "Will we be seeing a certain Mr. Kutcher perhaps making a trip over here?" It was even more frustrating because the interviewer started off complimenting Rihanna's amazing career, which totally justified Rihanna responding with,
Wow, how disappointing was that question?
and she added, just to put every annoying rumor to bed,
I'm happy and I'm single, if that's what you were really asking.
ouch. Shut down. It seems like women get asked a lot of ridiculous questions, which makes this next star's response totally warranted. Scarlett Johansson was in a similarly uncomfortable situation where she had just clearly had enough. During some press interviews for Avengers, she got asked a question about her wardrobe for the film.
I got the fashion question?
Well, not so much her wardrobe as it was about what she wore under the costume. His question was, were you able to wear undergarments? She quickly pointed out how creepy it was for the interviewer to ask whether she wore underwear under the Black Widow suit. She noted too that he was the 5th person to ask her that in the day with,
What is going on? Since when did people start asking each other in interviews about their underwear?
The guy tried to save himself too, explaining that the costume is just so form-fitting, and that he didn't specifically ask what type of underwear she was wearing. Scarlett responded with,
You just asked me if I was wearing any.
ugh, the lesson may not have been learned, but I think this moment was definitely a shutdown. But sometimes it's men who have bad interviewers too. Gordon Ramsay kept an interviewer in check when they tried to tell him he didn't know how to cook.
Oh, come on.
Have you guys seen Hell's Kitchen? Are you sure you want to ask this question? Ultimately, all you need to know is that Gordon wasn't about to let this reporter try and tell him that the well-done steak they had ordered at his restaurant wasn't well done enough. Instead of talking to the people at the restaurant, they wanted to talk to Gordon himself in this interview. Gordon said,
I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question.
and added, I thought this was an intelligent interview. What a disaster. Yikes. Definitely shut down. At least he didn't call him an idiot sandwich.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
But this next star wants to make sure that men like Gordon and women are treated equally with their interviews. After being honored with the Hollywood Film Award for Best Supporting Actress for The Imitation Game, Keira Knightley went backstage to face the press and fired back at one journalist in particular who asked a potentially sexist question. When asked how she balances her career with her personal life, Keira responded,
Are you going to ask all the men that tonight?
The rest of the press corps responded with cheers and applause at Keira's quick comeback.
It was embarrassing.
She did answer the question, basically saying that everyone does their best, but we can safely say that question was shut down. While Keira kept things diplomatic in her interview, she could have easily called out the reporter like this next star. Amy Schumer does not have time for your silly, rude interview questions, people. Unfortunately, that's what uncomfortable position she found herself in with a rather off-putting interviewer. Amy Schumer, being Amy Schumer, put him in his place.
I'm national treasure Amy Schumer.
When promoting her film Trainwreck, he asked if Schumer has ever heard of the word skanky in America. She confirmed that we have that word in America and tried to make a your mom type of joke to make it all go away.
From now on, we need to just keep it professional.
The interviewer tried to diffuse the tension with, "Come on, that's the character of the movie. I'm not trying to offend you. That's not gonna work, buddy." Amy responded with,
it's how
whatever you're trying to do, you are. That's a rude question.
This guy even realized that this interview was going wrong and egged it on, saying he was not leaving till we get the car crash moment, to which Amy replied,
Well, then you're gonna have to get it from your wife when you go home.
"Dang, shut down." That was almost as brutal as this next interview moment. Matt Damon had some strong words at the Save Our Schools march in Washington, D.C. in 2017. He faced a reporter who had some questionable opinions about teachers' salary and work incentive. Matt quickly commented on the fact that no one would do the job that teachers do for what they're paid unless they really love it. The interview got a little tense from there. After Damon's comments, the cameraman decided to chime in, saying, "Aren't 10% of teachers bad, though?" When Damon's mom, who is a Boston area teacher, so don't test her on this, asked where the cameraman got his numbers, he responded, "I don't know, 10% of people in any profession maybe should think of something else." To which Damon struck back,
"Maybe you're a shitty cameraman, I don't know, maybe 10% of cameramen are bad, I mean, but what's the point,
Shut down. There was another actor who has a tense interview moment that we also want to look at. Jennifer Lawrence had an interview moment that felt a little cringy to the point where she just had to shut it down. When in an interview, she had to call out a reporter for looking at his phone while speaking to her. She said,
"You can't live your whole life behind your phone, bro. We can't do that. You gotta live in the now."
Sorry.
The reporter quickly apologized, then continued his question, asking, "How do you see yourself for Oscar night?" Instead of answering the question, she snapped,
"We're at the Golden Globes. If you put your phone down, you'd know that."
J-Law was obviously trying to tell the guy to pay attention and make eye contact, although some people thought that maybe he was reading a translation because he had a thick accent. Either way, we all know to keep our eyes on Jennifer next time we ask a question about an award.
Yes, please turn your phone off.
But that's not the only time an interviewer made an awards interview awkward for a celeb. Taylor Swift handled an uncomfortable question on the red carpet for the Grammys in 2015. The interview started with compliments on Taylor's dress, including a request to pan down to see the whole outfit. That turned quickly into comments on her fit legs because that justified the comment the interviewer made, I guess. She said that Taylor would be going home with more than just an award, but lots of men. And then the death stare of all death stares happened. Taylor quickly shut down the comment with,
"I'm not gonna walk home with any men tonight."
She swerved the conversation in her favor and talked about going home to the cats and made sure to add,
"Men get me in trouble."
In case you haven't heard some of her songs. We'd say that interviewer got shut down. But the shutdown of all shutdowns may be this next one, folks. In the spring of 2018, Emma Thompson was basically all of us when she snapped on an interviewer who asked her about the royal wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The royal wedding between the two had been the topic on everyone's lips ever since the pair announced their engagement in November the year before. But Emma Thompson is an actress and was in the press line to answer questions about the BBC Two production King Lear that she was promoting, not a gossip columnist for all things royal. Emma tried to add her personal flair while still being diplomatic by saying, it doesn't occur to me actually. My son is getting married next year, so I am much more sort of dealing with that. And gracefully added, but really I have nothing to say about it. But guys, the reporter wouldn't let it go. He subsequently asked Emma if she had any well wishes for the bride and groom on their big day, as if her first answer didn't fit what he was looking for. Emma, audibly and visibly irritated, responded, "Obviously Obviously, yes, but I don't know them. And went on with, of course I do. Stop it. Just stop it, okay? Stop doing the let's talk about the royal wedding. And walked on to the next interviewer while still saying, just give the poor kids a break. Can you say shut down? Because Emma Thompson just ended that guy. I guess this all goes to show a few things. You can't go into an interview ill-informed, unprepared, or with your own biases. You also can't always try to make an interview more interesting by attempting to piss off the person you're interviewing, because it will probably, most definitely, backfire. That's 10 celebrities who shut down outrageous interview questions. But we want to know, did we miss any of your own favorite moments? Let us know in the comment section. While you're there, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching The Taco.